Hey, yo, what's good, YouTube? You already know, man. It's your boy, LaRon, Female Rap Elite. And look, I am back with another video. Yo, if you're new to this channel, please make sure that you like this video. Please make sure that you also subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notifications, and hit all notifications so you have my videos in your possession each and every time I go live or I upload. So listen, I had to do this video. She set me up, right? Story time in regards to this, right? So this is a situation that happened to me probably in the early. So this happened had to happen because she gave birth in 2000. So this started probably in 99, around that time, right? So all right. So, I'm going to high school and, I had these friends and, I had a few female friends, right? So, as a male back then, I didn't know, I wasn't watchful of like, women if they were like with child, pregnant or whatever, right? I wasn't paying attention to that. So, I was friends with these three girls. And one of the girls, right? This is why I try to tell you guys like that whole R. Kelly, younger, older relationship shit, that shit has been going on for a while. It's been going on for a while. Now, I was in high school, like this happened like what in 1999 that this situation happened, right? So my friend at the time, she was probably about 16 or 17 years old. My friend was 16 or 17 years old and she was dealing with this man who was like 32 years old, right? And it's so crazy because I have to hold myself accountable too, but you know what? I was a child at that point. And honestly, it was kind of typical to see like older guys with younger women, but that was probably too old or whatever, right? So one of my friends, her mom kind of like struggled with alcoholism. And, after the fact that it happened when she was found out that she was pregnant, she was just like, I blame myself because I wasn't in tune. I wasn't focusing. I was going through my own stuff. Right. So whatever. So one of my friends, I was friends with, so it was four women who I knew all together. And we always connected through this job that we had. So I kind of knew them at school and outside of school. So moving forward, so the two girls who I knew, they kept coming up to me like, yo, I think XYZ is pregnant. I think she's pregnant. So, as a male back then, I wasn't looking for stuff like that. I was just, coming to school, talking, chatting, trying to dress fly, try whatever. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't paying attention to who looked like they was with child or whatever. So after that, after they put these thoughts in my head, so I'm watching her for the next few months. Like, so I'm just watching it. So listen, we all would be on the phone having three-way conversation like, yo, I think XYZ is pregnant. I think she's pregnant. And I'm just like, oh, I think I see it now. Yeah, I really do think she is, right? So fast forward, they used to go out and party and stuff like that. And the girl, I don't think that she would consume alcohol, but I remember they went to this one party at this place called Casablanca. And then right after the party, my friend called me on the phone, like, yeah, it's verified. She's definitely pregnant or whatever, whatever, whatever. And I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, I'll look. And then so we all worked together at this job, right? So when we was at the job the next day, I'm like, yo, she really do look like this or whatever, right? So I went to school the next day. I didn't end up seeing my friend, and I don't think I spoke to her on the phone because we all would do these three-way conversations, these phone calls and shit like that, right? So I got home after school because I didn't see her, right? But I did see the one friend at school who I started to notice, like, yeah, she is pregnant. Her nose is spreading or whatever. Cause I didn't know what to look for. I was what, like 16 or 15 years old at the time. So I get home from school and um one of the girls who was like the ringleader of causing all the conversation, she calls me on the phone on three-way. So I'm like, yeah, hello, whatever, whatever, whatever. So she like, yeah, what you doing? I'm like, oh, did you see XYZ at school today? And I'm like, yeah. I said, yo, she's definitely pregnant, right? And so she said, why would you say that? She's sitting right here. Why would you say that? She's on the phone right now, too, right? It got quiet. And then she was like, what the fuck? Why would you say blah, 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 blah? She started going in on me, going in on me, yo. I was like, oh shit. Like my friend set me up. So, I remember I didn't get myself out of this situation, but I did let her know what really happened in that matter because I wasn't like, look, she was my friend and everything, but I wasn't paying attention to her body and stuff like that. After it was crazy because after she ended up being pregnant by this older man or whatever, then I started to notice like, oh, like it was easier for me to spot like, oh, she's pregnant. She's pregnant. I would notice it in different women, but I wasn't noticing that. Yo, my friend really set me up big time. She set me up big time. Both of them did. So, you having all of these conversations saying like, yo, I think she's pregnant. Watch this. Look at her nose. Look at that. That's crazy. She dealing with a 32-year-old man, all of that. But mind you, they was dealing with older men too. But even though they was probably in their 20s and stuff, but I'm just telling you, back then, that inappropriate relationship between adult men and women, it was crazy. Like right now, one of my friends who has two children by this guy, it's crazy how like history repeats itself. So when she was 18 and when she was 18 in high school, he was having a relationship. He was 30 years old at the time. He was having a relationship with her, but he was married. 30 years old, married, and he was having a relationship with a 17-year-old. She might have been 16 at the time too. And after high school, she ended up getting pregnant and stuff like that. So she got two kids by him now. But it's crazy that even when this man is, so when was that? So he's probably close to 50 now. And you won't believe it. He's 50 and he's fucking with like a 18-year-old now. Again, it's crazy. So what she went through and she was dealing with him when he had a wife, it's like he's doing this shit all over again. What you got to realize is that shit really do go down, especially where you come from and based on your resources. If a person could buy you a pair of sneakers, I'm telling you, back in the day, that shit was major. If a girl could get with a guy who could trick on her and buy her sneakers and buy her the Air Maxes and the Jordans and have her looking lit, it's like it's going to go down. So anyway, back to the story in regards to me being to the three-way phone call. Yo, so she called me on three-way. That happened, and she was like, "What the, whatever, whatever, whatever." So I would see this girl because not only did we go to school together, we worked. So then she wasn't speaking to me for a while. But then I told her, I said, "Yo, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, fuck that. You tried to throw me under the bus. They tried to throw me under the bus." I said, "Yo, I'm gonna keep it real with you, right?" I said, we would speak on the phone and they would have conversations about wondering if you're pregnant or not. I didn't know what to really look for, whatever. But then I started to focus in on it. Yeah, I went out to that club, Casablanca's. They said you was dancing on the car and you could really, really see it. They said that that you was with child. So what I started to do is I started to pay attention to it more. And I said, yeah, she could be pregnant. So when they called me on the phone with you on three-way, they've already started that conversation. She really tried to, I was mad. You know what's so crazy? I'm gonna reach out to my friend today and tell her about that. Remember when you set me up on the phone with XYZ and you made it seem like you was oblivious, like you was acting quizzical, like you didn't even know that this conversation was even going on, and you were the ringleader of this conversation. So she had me looking fugazi to my friends, like I was the one causing these conversations and trying to put the rumor out there. And that wasn't even the case. And she really tried to play me, really tried to play me. That's another reason why going forward after that, right? Oh, I was an asshole. As a friend, you call me and listen, back in the day, you had to be smart. When somebody calls you and the phone rings two times, it started to make me pay attention to it. When that phone used to ring two times, that means that it's a three-way phone call. I got so paranoid to the point where people used to call me, I'd be like, I'm going to call you back. Like, nope, you won't catch me out there slipping on no three-way phone call. I couldn't believe that she did that, yo. So me and the girl, we didn't talk for probably like a few weeks. And then she ended up coming back around. Like I said, we had that conversation, but it's like, you were the ringleader of that shit. And you tried to throw me in it and make me look like I wasn't spreading no rumors, because that conversation was exclusively between all of us. I wasn't going around saying like, oh, she's pregnant. Look at her. Look at this. Nope. And then it dawned on me, because it was just like, we all had like, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Bo Jacksons, but Bo Jacksons were a really popular Nike sneaker in New York. So you know how like you'll be friends with people and you all have sneakers and shit. So it was like her feet couldn't fit into her sneakers, and it was just like certain things. Like I wasn't paying attention to that, but they were pointing it out. And then the girl had ended up saying like, yeah, my mom seen her too, and my mom said it. My mom this, right? So this is all before she calls me on this three-way phone call. You telling me all of these things. So now I'm looking for it. I'm looking for it now. So then you get me on the phone, and I'm like, after y'all done said all of this shit for weeks and months, I'm like, yo, I really think she is pregnant. Why would you say that? You asked me on the phone call first, so I felt like it was a setup, right? So you asked me on the phone call first, hey, did you see XYZ at school? And I'm like, yeah, I did see. I'm like, yo, I think she got to be pregnant. But then it made it look like that I was the one who was championing this conversation and this whole subject matter, and it wasn't even the case. So yo, this is why then I stopped trusting three-way phone calls. I don't do nope, nope, no three ways at all. If I feel like you called me on three-way, I'm like, yo, let me call you back. Yeah, I'm gonna call you back from my line. You're not even gonna do that. And I like now that even the iPhone, it shows you when the iPhone shows you when the call is merged. So please make sure you pay attention to that. Cause yo, I tried to get one of my friends the other time, one time, and I called them on a phone call and they knew what I was doing, but I wasn't doing it like with malicious intent. I was doing it to just kind of show people how I like be like talking to them and shit. So they tried to extra hold on. Thank you for checking out. Yo, when I tell you this Instacart person, she tried to get smart with me. I paid for priority. I paid for priority at 10 something, right? I asked her like maybe 10 minutes ago, like, where's my order at? And she gonna say to me, as I said, I have another order. And I said, please don't get smart with me because I'm a consumer and I'm just asking a question. I can't wait till she deliver these groceries. I'm about to take that $5 tip back. Don't talk to me like that. But anyway, y'all, yo, that was crazy. She tried to set me up and make it look like I was the ringleader of this conversation, saying that this girl was pregnant. And it's really crazy to me because like I said, back then it was so normal for women to be dealing with men who were like, come on, this man was nearly twice her age. Like that was crazy. And it wasn't no issue. So it was, you know, people didn't make a big thing out of it like it is now, right? I think people are more watchful, especially with social media and things like that. That's why I think a lot of these celebrities, they are probably nervous now because they know they were doing things during the time when social media wasn't popular and they probably scared that it's going to come back to light. But yo, that shit was so crazy. It had me tight. And I was just like, I felt like I was deceived, like basically, like you know what I'm saying. And one of them, that was my one friend where she would just always do something crazy, like, and we still friends to this day, like we still are friends. But you tried to play me on some shit, like I was the one who was the ringleader of this conversation. Y'all was talking about this every day on the phone, three-way, making like you know. I'm not trying to say that men don't have eyes and we can't see, but I wasn't watching to look for her stomach or anything like that. She wasn't even a really slim girl. I wasn't watching out for stuff like that. But once they started to put those thoughts in my mind, like, yo, you got to look at this. Yo, my mother even seen her and she is pregnant, this, that. And so I get home, you call me on three-way and ask me if I seen her at school. And I'm like, yo, she is pregnant. Why would you say that? Soon as she said that, my heart dropped and I knew that it was something. And then as soon as the phone got quiet, she was just set up, set me up. So listen, let me know what you think below. Have you ever been set up on a three-way phone call? Let me know if that has ever happened to you, because this is why I don't be trusting it. I don't trust three-way phone calls. And I always look at my phone when somebody called me, even on the cell phone, because look, you gotta have that shit down to it. You just gotta know it. But yep, I was definitely checking for them double rings, because when people call you on, and then sometimes I would try to be slick if I was calling somebody on three-way. I would wait till they picked up and then I would tap it in. So you wouldn't hear the double ring. So you wouldn't hear the double ring. I don't know why she set me up like this. And on some real shit, they knew each other way longer than me. And by the stuff that she was saying about this girl, they are friends now. You know, they were like kindergarten friends. But it was just like, like if anything, you should look bad for like, you know, you look bad because after we ended up speaking, I told her the truth of what it was. Like, you know what I'm saying? Don't try to play me and make it seem like I was the one having these conversations and putting it out there in the atmosphere. I wasn't even paying attention to it. So, yo, this is your boy LaRon, female rap elite. Let me know if you ever had a situation where somebody tried to play you on a three-way phone call and tried to get you to divulge information. Yo, that shit had me tight. Like, you really betrayed me. You really, really betrayed me. But it's all good. We all friends now and everything, and it's all love. But I definitely wanted to share that, share that with y'all, because I don't know if anybody else had that situation happen to them where someone tried to like, you know, try to get some information out of you over a three-way call, and then they try to act oblivious and quizzical, like, oh, I don't know what's going, like, what? Yeah, okay. Listen, subscribe to the channel.